Yo, what's good, everybody? My name is Cosmic, and I want to welcome you to my channel, Opinion Stated, where I give unfiltered, opinionated sports takes. Let's go. Yo, what's good, everybody? My name is Cosmic. I want to welcome you back to my channel, Opinion Stated, and I have a bit of a bizarre episode planned for you today. If you've already seen the thumbnail, then you know exactly what direction I'm headed into. Before I dive into the content, though, do me a huge favor, man. Please like this video. Liking the video helps us cruise along algorithm avenue, helps us get into the presence of individuals just like yourself who might be interested in this kind of content. Also, subscribe to the channel. Subscribing to the channel obviously helps to keep you in the loop and to help you build in this community that we have so graciously been doing since May. I appreciate every single person who's come along for the journey so far. I look forward to taking the ride with whomever else you. Namely, we're about 34 or so subscribers from our first 500 subs. So, man, subscribe to the channel and take this ride with us. But without further ado, I want to jump right into this content. I am entitling today's episode White Hot Lakers Future in Full View. So, if you've been following this channel, man, you're already aware that I am not a fan of any NBA team, any NBA team in particular. I have definitely taken in my share of NBA, basketball through the televised games this year. I am not a Laker fan. I've been accused of being a Lakers hater, you know what I mean? Or a Laker hate page. And I have had some very scathing criticisms about the Lakers throughout the season. And it's because even in the preseason, the pundits, man, couldn't wait, even through the summer, to start talking up this Lakers going to be this year and they're going to be that, and setting all these expectations for a team that, top to bottom as constructed, wasn't that good in comparison to the rest of the league. And I'm talking from the outset of the season. And so I do want to be clear in saying, though I've had these scathing criticisms, and the Lakers are the most talked about team, they have been talked about forever, and I've been accused of being a Lakers hater. I didn't hate the Lakers, and I do not hate the Lakers. I just hate that they're always talked about so much, and they were being talked about before they were worthy of being talked about in the media. Most televised team also on TV, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But again, this is not a Laker hate video. This is a Laker appreciation video. And so in saying that, as I mentioned, the Lakers being white hot, you see the thumbnail here on the screen, before some idiot or imbecile, you know what I mean, feeble-minded, small-brained individual jumps in here, it's like, oh, I see what you did there. You got the white dudes on the thing. You're like, white hot. You're being racist. First of all, they're not white. They're some kind of a peach color. But the definition of the word white hot is, according to Merriam-Webster, it is exhibiting or marked by extreme fervor or zeal, as in white hot enthusiasm. And so, man, the Lakers, by definition, with what they've been doing, is white hot. I do want to go on record also and say, no, I'm not on drugs. No, I'm not drunk. No, nobody's sitting in here. This is not like a hostage situation where somebody's sitting in here, got me at gunpoint. You know what I mean? Like say something nice about the Lakers. No, I did not get any, financial compensation from them. You know what I mean? Or the organization. I'm just a basketball fan. So, I just kind of want to keep it real about the Lakers and what they've been doing, man. It has been impressive to watch. Actually kind of made me glad that they've been televised so much. So I've gotten a chance to actually look at, what they have amounted to since the Luka trade, the Luka Doncic trade, that I'm not really a fan of still, that I've spoke very critically about also. Every time I see Luka scorch earth in a Laker uniform right now, it just churns my soul a little bit. I'm just like, I'm just Dallas fans. I'm so sorry. Like I signed off on the trade or something. I just feel it's just such a disrespectful trade, but neither here nor there. I want to get into this content, man. And so I first want to start with this article that was published on sportsillustrated.com or si.com, written by Tim Caperso. And that article was published on the 18th, so 2 days ago from the filming of this episode. But this article, is entitled, again, Luka Doncic was in awe of Austin Reeves after another 30-point game for Lakers. So this in the midst of LeBron James having been hurt a few weekends ago, during the Boston game, this Lakers team has, under the leadership of Luka Doncic and the impactful punch of an Austin Reeves, Dalton Connect's been playing well. Um, you know, these guys have looked very formidable, oddly enough. And I say oddly enough because I'm still impressed by the level of defensive intensity that they put forth and that they have been putting forth. So maybe that also means that I have to give JJ Redick his flowers too, even though I've had no scathing comments for JJ Redick. I'm like a Duke Blue Devil fan, like from years back. Don't crucify me. I've been a Duke fan since Grant Hill, Bobby Hurley. You know what I mean? So, but that neither here nor there. Kind of by default makes me a JJ guy. You know what I mean? I'm like a JJ guy. So I do happen to like JJ Redick. He's a douchebag. He's a weirdo in a lot of ways, but you know what I mean? Like, comes with the territory, right? He went to Duke. He's brilliant in his own way. But anyway, so this team has just been playing so incredibly, man. And this article, just kind of details that. So I want to get into the article. Let me stop rambling. After a loss to the Brooklyn Nets on March the 10th, Los Angeles Lakers guard Austin Reeves called himself out for his own poor shooting in the defeat, saying that he needs to play better. Since that loss, Reeves has scored at least 28 points in 4 straight games, including 2 30-point games in that span, while shooting 52.9%, let's just say 53% from the field. He's been playing remarkably. And the display has left Lakers teammate Luka Doncic in awe of Reeves. Speaking to reporters after the Lakers' 125-109 win over the San Antonio Spurs on Monday, Doncic heaped praise on Reeves, whom he called an amazing player. I mean, this guy just scored 30 in his 4th game in 5 days, Doncic said when asked what he likes about how Reeves approaches the game. That explains everything. He's an amazing player. For him to go undrafted is unbelievable. It's not easy to go undrafted and then play at this level. It's amazing just to be by his side. Reeves indeed went undrafted back in 2021 as his camp told NBA teams not to select him in the draft so as to better position him for both team and personal success. He signed a 2-way contract with the Lakers back in August of 2021, appearing in 61 games in his first season in Los Angeles. Over the course of the next 3 seasons, Reeves upped his scoring average each year while developing into a dependable playmaker alongside the likes of LeBron James and former Laker big man Anthony Davis. Now, Reeves, alongside Doncic, has become a primary option for the Lakers as they navigate the absence of James, who has missed the last 5 games due to a growing injury. And his teammates have certainly noticed Reeves carrying the heavier load these last few games. The Lakers, 42-25, will next take on the Denver Nuggets on Wednesday. They took on Denver last night, which we'll get into here in just a second. Since the injury to LeBron James and his growing, as was mentioned in that article, man, and as detailed in that article as well, Austin Reeves prior to that game versus Denver last night was averaging 28.6 points a game in LeBron James's absence and 8.4 assists per game without LeBron as well. So he's putting up incredible numbers in this stretch of games without LeBron, but that's these stats are reflective of 8 total games that he's played this year without LeBron James in the lineup. So last night's game, obviously in Denver, I'll get into the box score, with that here in just a second, but he didn't score 28 or 29 points last night, but he still had a pretty decent and effective game. But I kind of want to talk about his overall, numbers for the year. So let's get into that. Austin Reeves on the season is averaging 19.6 points a game, 4.5 rebounds, 6 assists on 44.7% shooting. So a very solid stat line from the once undrafted, now pivotal, like key cog in the arsenal of a Los Angeles Lakers man. I'm a fan of AR-15, for certain. Oh, Mr. Austin Tyler Reeves is a really, really good basketball player, man. This dude can play, bro. And I think I marvel more and more and more as I watch him play at how confident, he's getting and literally just playing his game as freely as he plays. He's got a lot of he's got a lot of kind of razzle dazzle to his game. You know what I mean? Not as quite on the level of razzle dazzle as say like a Jason Williams. You know what I mean? Like white chocolate, but he's definitely has some razzle dazzle to his game, and so it's more interesting to me every single time I get to watch him is how much he's growing comfortable letting it go. And so I'm a fan, man. I like what Austin is doing. I think the future, obviously, the trade, as we mentioned, for Luka, as we go into Luka here, who on the season is averaging 27.4 points a game, 8.5 rebounds, 7.9 assists on 44% shooting. Obviously, this trade is has major implications on the Lakers and their future, right? It just got way, I mean, just so much brighter because of Luka Doncic. But having a Austin Reeves also coupled with Luka for the foreseeable future, in addition to being able to rescind that Hornets trade to get Dalton Connect back, who they drafted 17 overall in last season's draft, like man, the Lakers are going to be, I mean, they're going to be a very, very good basketball team, depending on obviously the other pieces and health as time goes on, for many years to come based on the talent that they have right now. I have no doubt that obviously, once they get rid of Old Man River and, start bringing in a few other pieces over the years, like it can only serve to help them, to get better and better. So, I'm still not high on this Luka Doncic trade, but I'm very high, obviously, on the pairing of Luka and also Austin Reeves and Dalton Connect, and just the other pieces that they have out there. Let's talk about the game last night. They beat the out of a depleted Denver Nuggets team, so it's not to be like, yeah, you want to like talk about them? They barely won. Somebody may jump in the comments like, well, they were playing a broken up, a busted up team last night. Like everybody's busted up, especially at this stage of the career. So no Nikola Jokic, no Jamal Murray last night. No problem for Luka and the Lakers. Luka dropped 22 points in the first quarter, I believe, or something like that. It was crazy. I mean, 23 points I think he had in the first quarter. Only 2 points in the second, but yeah, man, he finished the game with 31 points here in this game. Did Luka on 10 of 21 shooting, 4 of 9 from three, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. So a remarkable showing for him. Dorian Finney-Smith chipped in 14 points also, 4 rebounds, 4 assists as well for him. And Austin Reeves, who again we spoke about it just being one of those pivotal, cogs, man, and very integral pieces for them. 22 points in the game for Austin, who got out to a bit of a slow start. It seemed like he was kind of struggling a little bit early. 50% from the field on 8 of 16 shooting. So 2 of 7 from three, 5 rebounds, 8 assists in the game also. So Austin had overall had a solid game, as it stood. Started to hit some shots in some pivotal moments for him. They got 10 points from Jared Vanderbilt off the bench. Gabe Vincent chipped in 12. He knocked down 4 huge trays, 4 of 6 shooting from the field for him. And then 12 points from Dalton Connect, as well, coming off the bench for them. So, man, the Lakers, I still don't think, I want to be honest and keep it real. I still don't think that they are a championship team by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think they're a championship contender. Well, I've said that. And you can share with me your opinion in the comment section. And I just kind of want to keep, and even intending to do this episode, I was texting back and forth with my friendship circle last night. And what I was saying to the fellas was that, like, man, the Lakers they may actually be a terror come playoff time. And I know that the playoffs essentially boil down to matchups and health. But not just that. When I actually consider that Luka Doncic led his team to the finals last year in the West, like he was hobbled a bit as he did so, I think that they would have put up a better fight if they would have gotten more of a contribution from the role players essentially. And so what I said last night in the text message, I was like, they may be a terror in the playoffs if, right? If it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. But if these role players continue to hit threes at a consistent, high percentage or relatively high percentage, clearly anybody can win. But also for the Lakers, it's how they've been playing defense. Like if they can continue to defend, with such veracity, man, I think they could definitely be a terror come playoff time. How long they can keep it up will actually, be the kind of tell all, right? But I just wanted to give them some flowers, man, and to celebrate them. Laker Nation, stand up. I do not run a Lakers hate page. It's just that I'll mention the Lakers a lot because the Lakers are mentioned a lot in the mainstream. It just kind of annoys me, for the most part. I'm as a sports fan, I nitpick about a whole bunch of things about the sports that I watch, which has nothing to do with any team in particular. I'm just a really picky fan. I'm a fan of sports. I want to see sports run with integrity. I want to see competition. I don't, you know what I mean? Like break my neck to structure my day to then tune in to watch the sport to see some bullshit flim flam kind of a game. So last graphic here I want to get into before we get out. Would you guys believe that Luka is, since his trade to the Lakers, leading them in points, rebounds, assists, steals, 3-pointers, and plus minus, and box plus minus? Like Luka's unbelievable. And I think that that's the thing that has given me the most trouble about that, the Dallas Mavericks trading him to the Lakers for basically, I mean, AD, yeah, but AD ain't no Luka, man. It's like, come on, let's keep it clean. And so, again, anytime when I type that same statement that I've made here in this episode into my friendship circle chat, you know what I mean? Where I'm like, bro, like every time I watch this dude go scorched earth in a Lakers uniform, it pisses me off even more. You know what I mean? Just to think about how ridiculous this trade was. Luka is special, I went on to say. So partially this episode in, service to giving the Lakers their flowers and celebrating them for being white hot, as they are. Most talked about team on TV all season. Most talked about team probably on the internet all season. Not the red hot Cleveland Cavaliers, not the red hot Oklahoma City Thunder, who've been red hot all season long, who are presently right now jockeying for best record in the entire NBA. Just a 2-team race in the Eastern and Western Conference. 2 teams that have been, from the outset of the season, the number 1 teams in the league. But the Lakers are the most talked about. And so, I'm talking about them in this episode because I wanted to do so glowingly, but I led in to say I also don't want somehow my messages from the family group chat to make it public where somebody's like, well, he's on the internet talking shit, but in reality, this is how he actually feels. He'll give the Lakers their props and their credit, but he just won't do it online. So that's been the basis of this episode, man. Kudos to Laker Nation. Man, you guys are white hot right now. Let's see how long you can keep it up. I'm here for it. I'm not rooting against you. I don't think you're title contenders, but the reality is Luka did get the Dallas Mavericks into the finals last season. And so it stands to reason that, that guy is the kind of guy you can hitch your wagon to, and maybe he'll take you to the promised land. He did so last year in Dallas. Who's to say that it won't happen this year in LA? Jury's still out. Guess we'll find out soon. So again, that's been the basis of this episode, man. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you. Like the video if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel as well. I will definitely catch you in the next episode. Look forward to it. Until then, take care of yourselves. Blessings.